Welcome everyone. Welcome to my screen. First class to think body section, long operation, rolling operation. This is mainly by cleaning tactic. So this is garden the only thing that if you want to make a store corner, this will be diverted. Okay? And this is different in the picture. So if you go for Riptix picture, then Riptix, what? No, no, you can't take it straight. No, you can take both the you can use the knife. Now, knife tips. And before taking knife tips, we should see the background is there. But there is no background. Or taking it. That's my other example. Black it. Mhm. Mhm. So basically, if you want to attack the king, this is the engage, this is the engage. This kind of also we should prefer check later. This one has made reduction, right? Let's capture. Then there are two options. So this will be in here, we text A, input, then we text it. So we will fill the flash. Response can be stopped by the let's go for this. This time the flat range is there. Everyone's available. Let's calculate for the decimal. That range is if we more careful, it will take a minute here. We have this one also, but English escaping here. Oh, one thing is there. We can do this check. The king has to go only, and this check. Now back rank have been covered. Yeah. Then we can take the free hit. The queen blocks also. After this, the queen blocks, queen takes queen. You want to take the king, take king, take queen. The queen c2 and c8 with right one over. The queen check, we covered up the back right. So when we covered up the back right, as you see, we always watch out to check the capture threads. These are the very important moves in the game. You obviously look for all the check capture thread. If you look for all checks on the board, which is the best check over there? Right now we have one check only. This is the one check. And here, what is the thread for white side? White has two threads. Pawn queening, queen takes queen. So if we capture the queen, they capture king takes advantage. Then you go for rook takes rook. The rook was unsufficient. And this pawn also can be defended. It's simple method. We are rook up and use material. Now we can go for rook take. So what we can understand from this position, any position from the beginning, what we calculate, first to understand the position, what is going on. What is going on, you should understand. So this position actually, white played this mean. Actually, white could have captured this. It would be winning, but some reason white played a mistake. So king here. Now this is the situation. How to think? How to think in this position? The main value. Thought process. If you want to play like a strong player, you should know how to think. What is the thought process? Because on the chessboard, we have a lot of elements to apply. Tactics, like and again, positional things, strategy, so many things. What to apply? So always thought process will be look for a force moves. Check, capture. But doesn't for any good check and capture, you should go for threat check. That is kind of some plan, implementing a plan, checkmate in the game, planning for get external. But this position, two troubles for black. One is the rook is in danger. Is in danger. So how can we rid of this? Only by checks. So we're going to capture this pawn and check. First we are safe. Queen is safe. Then what about the rook? This rook is in danger and back rank is there. So this is the next plan. After queen takes pawn, before playing this queen, you should calculate correctly. So they have two options again. Pawn push, queen here. When they block it. So this block is anyhow mistake because queen takes queen, king takes, the rook takes with clearly winning, can defend everything. Another option is the king goes to h3. So now again same thing, you can't take the rook, which in the back rank is there. First will be queen check. If they block it, we capture the queen, simplification. King takes, then rook takes rook. But if they move anywhere pawn push or something, now back rank you have been called up a queen, then you take the free rook. That's what happened again. So they played pawn push. Now the different thing. Every move of opponent, the plan will be keep changing according to the position. That we should notice it always. Got it? Observation. Mainly in chess game, the observation and the change of the plan. Whatever plan you have, keep changing depends on opponent moves. So you have to update your plan according to the opponent moves. Got it? Let's see now. White has two threats. Before playing your move, I'm going to look for opponent threats. These are the two threats of opponent. First threat is mate. Second threat is winning your move. So it seems like black was in trouble. So this kind of question is how can we want it? Again, force removes, check capture. So we have good checks. Checks are a good check we see. This is a bad check. We are looking good at. It's a good check, but king will escape here. And we have one more check. This is a good check. But if you give rook check, we can't get the rook. The support is there. We can't get the rook. So what you have to do? Remove the back right, then take the material. Our goal is First to remove the background, then take the ring. So how do you remove the background? If you want to remove the background, compulsory look for a checks only. Otherwise, there are two traps background. So let's use the check. Queen check. Now again queen check. It's a very important move because controlling all the lines. So now they have two options. Pawn blocks, queen blocks, anything blocks. The queen blocks, you can take the queen simply, whichever way they capture. Pawn takes at queen takes, and we go for it. Look up and rook can stop the pawn. Simple calculation. Before playing a move, we should calculate every move like this way. Then our task will be easy. All of you can try yours. Why to play? Find the best move. Look for check capture threat. Check C C T. Check C for check. Another C for capture. T for threat. Look for force moves. And in this position, white was material down because white has only queen, knight, and rook. But black has huge material. Two rooks are there and bishop. Pawns also more. Black has five pawns. Material advantage. Black has material advantage, and white has a positional advantage because white pieces are nicely placed. The main drawback of the what is the main drawback of the black is the center king. That's a weakness. So this position, if you are trying to attack at the king, there's a checkmating plan, or you can gain material with force. Got it? So let's see. We have two checks. This is the first check and second check. Which is the best check? If we give this check, the king can escape nicely here. Then no more further attack. But if you give this check, queen has to block. Then this rook is getting attacked. You can capture it. So let's go for this only. Yeah. Now we have two plans. Knight check. Knight check is there. Queen is can't take it. King here. The queen takes checkmate. Checkmate. Or directly queen takes rook. So knight check looks better, but the checkmate is there. Queen can't take its queen. Directly checkmate. So before playing a move, we should calculate always this kind of full moves, uh, full depth. The same idea. This knight was in danger. And what are the threats? This pawn, if you move the knight, this pawn is in danger. Hi, hi. Hi, Tushar. Hi. Welcome to stream. Today we are working on some interesting ideas during the solving puzzles. Please, all of you, watch out and you can share your thoughts. Yeah, Tushar, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you doing? Hi, Phoenix. How are you? I'm from India actually. Yeah, today is Sunday, right? I have free time, so I started early morning streaming. Oh, India. Okay. Yeah, I'm from India, Andhra Pradesh, South India, Andhra Pradesh, Vishakhapatnam, Vizag. So, anybody found this? All of you look at this position. Tell me your ideas here. Mainly, the king is in a bit weak position. We need to make a strong plan here to get into advantage. Find the best move. Oh, Aman. Okay. Yes, Aman. Welcome to live stream. Hmm. I didn't get you sub change, sir. What do you mean sub change? I woke up on live. May I know your idea? Can you chat again? I didn't get your chat. So you just text me your ideas in this position, how to continue, why to play. So here we have two plans. Force rooms are one check and two checks. If we give this check, you're going to win this pawn. Um, any other ideas there? Then you can take this pawn. Just watch out. What is the best idea? I think winning this pawn is much easy. You can give a check and yeah, we can take this pawn. Hmm. So got it right. So we can take the pawn. Which knight? This knight is hanging, right? Maybe this knight we can take. Now wherever rook goes to, rook can't stay here because queen is there. So finally we get this pawn. Wherever rook moves, rook here, anywhere, we get the d6 pawn. One more. So whenever you see the position, the main concern you have to see the position, understand the king position. Main kings. What are the kings? In this position, the king is open for rook black, but only one attack is there. There is no queen. When there is no queen, there is no trouble for king. Maximum cases, king is safe. But here you can see that the rooks are lined up. The main thing is rooks are lined up. The two rooks and the b2 pawn very weak over there. So if you go for the checks, only one check is there. Rook check, but king takes, knight check, not working. But if you take knight takes bishop, king has to take to get better advantage. Then rook takes pawn. You get this pawn and this rook also getting joined. Got it? So let's look for knight into bishop. Check capture. No good check, so we're going for capture. Oh, sorry, it's not correct. I think what else we have? I'm thinking we check, but knight come. No, it's checkmate. The same checkmate. Check. Oh, okay, I missed it. It's force mate in three. check is correct only. What do you think? King takes, knight check, king has to go b1 and rook to b2 mate. I'm completely mistake. This is a brilliant move. Completely mistake. So now knight takes check. Now king has to go. I can see rook takes mate. Very nice position. What about this one? Black to mate. This is simple only. Discovered check, I think. Yeah, winning mate in two. Since king was in the center, your king also center, but your king has covered up with pieces. But the king is open. There is a beautiful discover check, which is really helping you mate in two. Anybody can see? Please text me the chart if you find it. Anybody? So let's go bishop to d3. So queen has to block and queen takes mate. Oh, extending. Takes, blocks, takes mate. End game. End games are very tricky. Always you have to work very well because end game calculation should be very accurate. If you miss any move, that we are in trouble. This question, what happening? These two pawns being attacked. And what is the main thing here? The outside passing pawn blocking with this pawn. So what I mean to say, let's remove the blockade. This pawn not there. We can play this move and make it queen. First, let's capture this. If they captures, then pawn push. Pawn takes and this pawn is queen. Got it? Let's do pawn to queen. Simple idea. Now pawn push. This pawn will be within reach. King can go anytime and stop the pawn. But this pawn cannot be stopped. See, this move is out of the box. You can't reach and you're making the queen. Before giving a pawn breakthrough, we should calculate all these things. Nice question. Just watch it, all of you, why to play. So I think simple idea, this bishop is different in the knight. So first let's capture rook takes, and the queen is guarding the rook and knight. Suppose pawn takes bishop first, then rook takes rook, queen takes and takes, and it piece up. That's brilliant. Now the knight is guarded by queen, queen is overloaded. So that's a brilliant move. We go for rook takes rook and queen takes. So simply piece up. Now this position, the king in the center. This is also, if we go for attack on the king side, what is the plan? There are many checks. Check is there, check is there. What are the best one? Or this check also there. Yeah, I think let's go to rook check first. King has to go d2 and queen takes, winning a queen. Rook check is strong. So king has to go here. Then we move the queen to b2. Queen blocks. Then rook check. King takes, queen takes, winning a matter. Very great idea. Rook check button. Because force use are really. Now we move the queen here. Only with queen blocks. Rook sacrifice and winning a queen. Black to play. So we have an outside passing pawn when white has, but king is close by. If you move the pawn forward, maybe the king has no entry. If you the push, pawn push, and king here, king pawn push. But both the queens, pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, pawn push. Or the knight check is there. Knight takes pawn. So knight check and knight takes pawn. Even pawn push, queen. I got to say, knight here means king in favor. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Actually, pawn push, queen, queen, queen check. Bingo limo. Okay. Let's play. No, wrong. You knight check only correct. Oh, skewer attack. I missed it. So pawn push better. Because pawn push, queen, queen, skewer is coming. Mistake. Black to black. So both the kings very weak actually. But the thing is, black to play. Whenever your turn comes, you have a great chance to finish the game without giving a chance for opponent. But look for a checks only. But they're giving a free rook over there. If you take the free rook, what is the continuation? Take the free rook. What are the checks available? Pawn to check is there. And king here. Oh, the sit is there. That's the main problem. So let's plan to checkmating idea. I think we have a beautiful idea. Let's inserting the rook. Let's go for rook check first. King comes here mistake because king comes here. Comes here. Actually, we have more pawns on the board. The queen check, the rook blocks, queen takes, rook takes, and game winning for us. If king moves here, after rook check, king moves here, queen check is for us next. Let's go for rook check. It's simple. Why can't we take the rook? Because they have brilliant tactical resource. King moves here, attack is there. And we don't give any chance for opponent. Let's play queen check now. Rook has to block and simplification, trade the pieces, takes, and multiple pawns in the board. And game simplification is very important. A huge pawns, 5 pawns, 3 pawns, simple way. Hello, hi Warrior, how are you? Nice to meeting you. Please chat anybody. Please chat and tell me your views. Welcome to my stream. So let's see next position. So basically here This pawn is spinning upward, this pawn pin here. If you trade the queen here, this pawn, this is a queen trade. After a pawn push, queen takes, king takes, pawn push. King here, king here. This is a great idea. Let's go for it. Capture and withdraw the pawn is queen first. This square you have to control. Pawn push. And this square you have to control. We're getting first queen. So what is the plan? King is under check. So basically we can capture over the plan here. Okay. If we capture, queen takes, then the queen check. The checkmating plan is king here, knight checkmate. If king comes here, queen check and take the rook. I think rook takes knight is a better idea. If the check means we can go back, I think. This is a strong idea. We're saving the rook. Their support. Check is there and can block. We capture it. Mainly we need to understand the king's position. Anytime king's position. So it's black to play or king is safe compared to black. And this king has only these two squares. Oh, okay. We don't have queen actually. Let's plan rook takes. Okay, rook takes. Bishop attack, queen attack. If queen takes rook, bishop takes. Here piece up. Queen anywhere moves, bishop check. Takes the bishop. Then we piece up. Okay, this is a kind of discovery, I think. What it does. There's Peter within the same line. Same line. We should take advantage of this. Our viewers, welcome to please like and subscribe. If you have any doubts and questions, text me in the chat box. I think we can win the night, right? We can be discovered like this. So night attack, we can get this. And this queen is guarding the bishop. So knight is good possible win. Winning at least. Perfect. Let's go for next example. The pawn is queen here. So basically, this pawn is queen 1, 2, 3. But if you play this move, it will come here, right? What do you do? You check whether you move here. The pawn is queen. Suppose. Uh, we can't play rook anyway because queen is coming. That's what let's do. Pawn sacrifice. Pawn to king takes. Pawn queen checks. Let me pawn to. And then you back right. So we have a square. Nice question. So this is all loaded. Guarding the roof and bishop, right? What's the plan? I think we get more material. The backend it made just through the same line. If you give queen sacrifice, queen takes, if it takes any of the given a piece up. Let's go for queen sacrifice. Name. So now you can take the bishop. The main concern is this winning back in queen, final season. So once you win that, then it's in the extra piece. So basically, the threatening attack here, we can go for this check. Only move. We check only move. Then we go for here. If there is no other checks per king, so I think check it over. Unfortunately, they can't defend it because so in H5, what is the drawback? So let's go check on it. If the king here, the king will come here, right? Then what to do? Oh, diagonal check. Then queen check here. He has no space or a block. Block. So queen block. Queen just king checkmate. Nice position. Brilliant. This is more fun when you're solving puzzles. It's giving a lot of knowledge and energy for brain. Let's go for queen. Oh, so they're giving, yeah, we get mate always. He's like queen here mate. Some person gets piece up and what are they doing? Nice point. A simple technique. Actually, this queen is unsupported. When there's unsupported, there's a tactic. Let's go for queen sacrifice. Queen takes, then I go. Then we move back the queen. Please like and subscribe. If anybody have any questions and start, you can put the things in the chat. This is the segmenting idea. The thing is safe actually. No attacks are there. Let's go here, here, and here. Actually, they can't stop it because the officers are made. Okay. So this one is very can't be attacked. Let's make the pawn queen. Basically, in this position, the pawn four is there. Pawn four. Directly we play bishop will capture. Let's go for knight and bishops. Queen takes, pawn takes. Winning a piece. Because only to be check. Take. And this pawn is with that is the queen. The queen one. Pawn takes. This dot check. How you work? Welcome to. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let's go for next level. Now we give more hard questions. Whenever you see the questions, look at the king positions. Okay. Basically, this king has only one square. So let's plan the checkmate. We shall use this shoot, right? This click here. Then no square. Knight has to block. We shall use this look or this look. Well, first. This is better. Yeah, this is better. Because queen is here, they will discover check. Discover check and mate. Okay, no? Because the white was queen down. White was queen down, such cases, we simply go with force relation. Check capture. Some people are watching, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. So in the question, which should you take it? If you take this route, the king could easily escape and no mate. If you do two routes and the six are very important. Because king h5 mate, if king g7, double check. I mean, discard check. Okay. Let's go for this one. Now this king has the square with here, right? Let's go discover check. Yes. Let's capture. We can go to that check and checkmate. Right way. White to play. So basically, this was themed. Time capture. Weak. Check. I think you can take this right. Okay. Because king takes queen check not there. Idea is queen take though. King takes forced. Yeah. Let's Phoenix in. There's here queen take bishop takes then takes pawn. There's so many things on the board. Actually, unfortunately, is very safe. But look at this thing. Someone will open the line. If you open this line, you get more attack. Let's be pawn two. I get pawn two and mate. Do I have any counter attacks? I don't think so. Press the pawn H5. Then this is unsupported only one guarding. Let's take pawn takes. They cannot play with takes because of what is the main idea? Pawn take, pawn is target. It's it. Oh, then it takes pawn takes. It takes. Everything is fine. Pawn doesn't get. So it takes. It takes. Queen takes. Queen check and take it. It is not required. It will guard the king. You can go for it. That's it. Nice one. Oh, this taking there. Let's put the king here to present it now. You did you check anywhere, you can go here. Now you check let's go. You go there, okay. Okay. Just the king really. This is for the main point. Left the rook takes pawn. Because pawn cannot take the knight, king is better. What should we do? This queen is. Let's come back here and roll the pawn. Oh, okay. Okay. It takes pawn. Because we can't take that one. Pawn takes queen check positive. You take this rook and this exchange up. Let's go for the Indian. takes take on the syntax in here. And give anyway. This is take position will come. Right here. Income zero position. Point opposition getting there. Indian point again. But this one now is black to fly. This one is in trapping going right. You want to spread it there. Let's attack like this. If you do that, maybe we should grab it right. Where we check.
Depths of sound
There's a eight classes.
asking like XP and records. This track merges haunting melodies with powerful rhythms.
So
Shaking up your usual
places
places. Ready for something different? Listen now.
check.
Yeah, right.
We will check. You know, the rules. Begin with check. And second with check.
Yes. Settings.
King comes here, then we get it. White to play, find the best move. I guess king has right now one, two squares. Let's plan for checkmate and let's forcefully. It should be check. Maybe this check. Investing open to this fourth finger. You take this pawn, if king comes here, fourth finger. King on separate. Knight focus there. Let's take the queen. Black to play.
Never fall in love again. I said I would never fall since you stays in the darkness. I'm trying to get you in the smooth it out. We want to in your church shoes out. I'm going to just to hurt you out. No better just to taste you out. Just only you do out. You won't get me to you. To see what it is. Go if I kill any pain. Nigga try to text me, nigga try to text me, I'm stressed, King of petition, I'm in the somebody that's in the peace. Know what I'm fixing. Kill anything. Let a nigga bracket, legend of the fall, took the year like a bandit. Pop on my crib and a brand new again. Now she hit the grocery shop, like a napkin. Star Trek, you been the rate the car. Girls get lost when they hear the song. Get on the couch, give me close to God. We don't pray for love, we just pray for God. House the ones you need a centerpiece. 20 rocks a time, I come from Beverly. Cause that skinny peas and snatching between the wood of face. You talking money, what do you need? You talking about some shit? Switch on my side, not to get in there. Switch on my car if I kill anything. I should be scared. So I shouldn't say. Yeah.
Mm. 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 Hi. Hi, Chia, how are you doing? We have a queen check
For impressions that don't
in
always pay off.
here.
With LinkedIn ads, reach the right people and target real buyers by job title, company, or
Mhm.
industry. Turn impressions into meaningful results and drive business growth. Spend rupees 20,000 on your first campaign on LinkedIn ads and get rupees 20,000 credit for the next one. Just go to linkedin.com/grow with ads. Terms and conditions apply. Music.
Let's give you this second clean straighten like this. Let's go for this check. Just we will go here in background.
With Rishi and Shekhar. Hyderabad on 28th February. Signature package drinking water. One with nature. To register now and stand a chance to win free passes.
So discover attack. If you do this, let's attack the bishop first. On to bishop has to go. Now, look to unprotected and discover attack. Mm. There are two threads actually. Knight here, double attack, this and four. We capture pawn four. Pawn four. Pawn takes pawn. Piece up.
She's fine, obviously, but she definitely had these moments where it's like, well, you know, people see that I have a degree in English philology, PhD in English philology, and the jobs that I get are mostly like research, academic type jobs, or like translation or teacher type jobs versus like being an extremely high paid consultant. So she has a point about that. So no hard feelings anymore. I didn't love it when she was like, you have to do math. So anyways, that's in the past. That's in the past. But I didn't actually graduate, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah. Also, it's okay. Oh, well. Bro just got timed out by Stream Elements, but I think that's a very dangerous